So today, this is it. This is day 11 of 11 days of After Effects, and I'm on. Just finished lesson 145 of 440. Yeah, a lot of lessons. So anyway, so today was more math, because I, again, work day, I did not have a whole lot of time to work on this. But we did do units on, let's see, creating curve math with the pen tool, using math simple and efficient, animating math layers, and then animating masks themselves. So that was kind of, animating the mask layer was kind of interesting. I kind of messed it up a little bit because I had my composition set at a different height and width, so it doesn't quite look like it should. But animating the masks themselves was rather interesting. I could see you doing some rather interesting effects with that. It's still always a little dealing with those little, well, if I click on the layer, if I click on in the middle of the mask, then I can move the corners. But if I unselect everything and then click on the end of the mask, then I'm just selecting the mask and I can move it. So it's just these little things about actually manipulating the mask, manipulating the layers, and knowing which you want, making sure you're doing which you want to do at the right time. That you're not animating or manipulating the layer when you're supposed to be manipulating the mask, or you're not manipulating the mask and getting out of sync with the layer. And one of the things he talked about was when you're doing, especially when we're doing the cat stuff, and you're animating a mask layer, is the importance of making sure your anchor points. The anchor point in any of these shape layers is or text layers, any of things that you can animate, I guess, is the fact that that's what your item will rotate around. And it's kind of also the start, if you're animating a shape layer in, and you have the anchor point in the middle, and you say get bigger, it's going to get bigger from the middle. If you put it at the end, it's going to zoom in, it's going to come in from the end. And that's really not just with this, but when you're doing the bottom third type animations, that makes a difference. If you're concerned about that kind of thing. But when we were messing around with the mask, it was make sure all your anchor points are in the center. So it's not much, but we've done 11 days. I am, when I include the things that I clicked on because they're either that I watched the videos because there was nothing to do, or I didn't feel I had reason to do anything with those, because things like exporting videos, and excuse me, I also did some stuff with that where you have duplicates, where they have one set of lessons for if you have an older version of After Effects pre-19 and one for 19. This was written, although it is, he calls it 2020, a lot of these dual things, he'll say 18 and then 19, and there are only like maybe two or three sections like that. So I just skipped over it, clicked off the 18, because I'm not going to watch 18 and 19, because that's probably mostly duplicated. So that sums it up. That's 11 days I'm going to continue to grind on. and I will grind through the lessons, and I will be, I think what I may do is either once a week or maybe 2 or 3 times a week, report on my progress until I complete this. I want to get this completed, and I want to get, I'm also looking at I have on Skillshare a basic course on Cinema 4D, and I want to get both of these done before April 6th, which is when the next session of School of Motion starts. I did not want to do, this is not a good time for me to sign up for one of their classes now, and I also want to make sure that this is something I really want to put time and money into learning. So I did not sign up for this semester or quarter or whatever they call it. This is not, it's not a college as such, but these classes by reputation are a fairly challenging, or as they say, they kick your butt. And so I want to make sure this is really what I want to put time and money into, and before I sign up for something like this, and plus learn some of the basics in this fashion, where I am actually going through and he leads you through step by step by step, because I think half the battle is getting used to the interface, getting used to when you click and drag, and so on and so forth. There was one interesting thing before I sign off about when I was doing the cats, because I did not have the same dimensions of my composition. I think I had something like 1920 by 1080 or something like this. I think he had 1280 by 720, and I did set the shape layer one like that. When I tried to, there was one point he was going over the speed graph, and my screen, when you look at his screen, the speed graph kind of is one line. This is the value graph, sorry, because he animates from 0 to like 40 or something, 0% to 40%. And because of the way I was doing it, I was animating from 0 to like something like 40% and 57%. So the graphs did not line up. It was like multiple lines. But the whole point of that exercise, to look at the graph editor and go through where you're used to doing, it's like a bump in the value graph where it comes bigger and then shrinks down to the final size. So anyway, it's been 11 days of After Effects, and at the end of this video, I am going to include the shape layer animation, the mask animation, and we will, I will be putting that at the end of the video. Okay, thanks, and hope this series has been of some value over these 11 days. So thank you for anyone who watched, and take care. See you soon.